Hi, this is Kramer from Talent Home Solution, and we are here for IG entrance exam preparation for the subject computer science. Today we are going to talk about Python functions. What is a function? Function is something that performs a particular task. How to create a function is using a def keyword in Python. Def means define a particular function. What you do is you write the keyword def and the function name. For example, in this my underscore function is the name of the function. You can write it any name. You can write it factorial, you can write it prime, whatever name you want to give, you can give. Here the name is my function. And function is always denoted by round brackets. So if you can see after my function, you have round brackets followed by colon. Colon means whatever is following is a part of the function. This has to be indented inside the function. So after def my function round brackets and colon, you will see print, which is a part of the function, is indented to the right. So this function performs the task of printing hello from a function. That's it. Its task is just to print. Function can do different tasks. Like for example, add two numbers, we can create an add function. Add three numbers, we can create another function. Subtract two numbers, we can create another function. So this is how we can create function. Functions are created to do reusable tasks so that we create it once and we can use it any number of times. Now, how to call a function? After creating the function, we need to just call it by giving the name of the function. For example, my underscore function with the round brackets. That's how we call a function. Let's talk about the arguments to the function. Arguments means how much or how many inputs are needed for that particular function. For example, here in my function, in the round brackets, I have introduced one argument, say f name. We can have multiple arguments like f name, comma, l name. They are input to that particular function. Supposing we are adding three numbers, so my function can be def add in round brackets x comma y comma z, which means this function will take three inputs. In this example, after f name is being given as an argument or the input to the function, we are printing f name with the surname of it. How to call this particular function is my function, again the name of the function, and in round brackets I will name the first name of any person, which will get concatenated with the last name in that particular function. So the output will be the first name and the last name together. Same way, this function can be called again by my underscore function with some other name like Linus Yo. So what is the output here is it will get combined with the same surname and you'll get the output. Now after seeing the input, the argument, a function has the capability to return values. For example, in this def my function x is the input to the function, return 5 into x. So whatever number we give, it will multiply by 5 and return that particular value. How to call this function? Again, my function with some value, say 3. So when 3 goes as x in the function, what will happen is 5 into 3, which is 15, would be returned by that function. Now who will take that function? Here in this example, I have done very simple thing, print whatever the return is. So 15 will be printed. Similarly, if I provide my function 5, 5 into 5, 25 will be printed. 9 into 5, 45 will be printed. So this is how multiple times I can call the same function which can return a particular value. This value can also further be reused. So if you want, I can take it in a variable also, like for example, say z is equal to my function in round brackets 3. So whatever the result is, say 15, will be stored in the variable z and can be used further. Let us take example of linear search as a function. The work of a linear search is to sequentially search whether a particular item exists in a particular list or not. For example, there are 5 atom values like A, B, C, D, E. 5 atoms, and we have to search whether C is there in that particular list or not. So what I'll do is I'll create a function name as linear search, and I'll say name is equal to input enter the item to be searched. I need the length because I need to know where I should end. So I take that length in the variable stop. Stop is equal to length items. So here in my example, I have 5. So the length would be 5. For I in range 5, which means each and every element of the list from 0 to the 4th location, if atom of I is equal to name, which means if that particular value is equal to the name to be searched, then you say print that name is existing in the list. So it will iterate through 0, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, all the location of the list and find out whether that particular item exists or not. If it finds the item, for example, C would be found on the location number 3. So it will say the item C exists in the list and it will return, which means the program ends. But if the for loop completes, for example, we wanted to search G, and what will happen is A, B, C, D, E, all 5 are not G, the for loop will finish and it has not returned, which means the program or function has not terminated. Which means what will happen at the end is it will print the name is not in the list, which is G is not in the list. This is how linear search works. Thank you.